big star. I don't know who that is, but it's a lot of names, but I don't want to get people in trouble. So I'm still worrying about their shooting. Their chances are much better now. Listen, KD's healthy, he's shooting the ball well. They can make some noise. From my experience, you get 2 years before people really start saying it's time to win. So, we celebrate Dirk Nowitzki, but I remember Dirk when he first came in, he was not Dirk. The hell's wrong with you, man, asking me Vegas questions on this thing?
Hey, what's up again, Shaq? Yeah, I spoke to you during the
Oh,
Home
it's you.
Depot
What's up,
partnership.
brother? How are you? Nice to see you.
I wanna ask you some NBA topics, some NBA questions. Miami Heat obviously pull off a big trade for Norman Powell, heck of a score. Why don't you talk about that and how that impacts the Heat?
And the Heat has always been an organization where they do great things, they take pride in being in shape and playing defense. So Norman Powell will definitely give them a lift. But I still need, for them to have that major impact, I think they need a big star. Big
I was
name
actually
star.
gonna ask, I was actually gonna ask you about that, man, because obviously the East it's pretty weak right now after the Tatum and Halliburton injuries. It's kind of wide open, but like you said, they kind of need one more piece. Pat Riley, you're familiar with him.
Star. No, they don't. They got all the pieces. They just need a big. They need a closer, big time closer. I don't know what it is, but listen, they're always going to compete, always going to make a run for the playoffs. But when you're talking about Miami Heat culture, the culture which I helped create, it's all about championships. Do they have enough to win a championship? No, not at all. But if you get them a closer, then we can start talking champions.
And if they get that closer,
Just knowing Pat Riley, that's all he cares about. He don't care about winning, he cares about winning championships. And if he doesn't win championships, heads will roll.
is there a guy that you can think of on the market that can be that closer that the Heat can acquire at some point this season?
It's a lot of names, but I don't want to get people in trouble. So, but yeah, there's a lot of names.
Okay, understandable. I want to ask you about the Lakers. Obviously, your other former team where you won 3 championships. They made a move, DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, they have Luka there now. How does this team stack up with the elite of the Western Conference? Are they any better, any closer?
They have a legitimate big now. You got 2 premier players. I'm still worrying about their shooting. It's a 3-point league now, so I mean, not guys that can shooters, bona fide shooters. Guys that are guaranteed to, like JJ Redick, he was a bona fide shooter. So, they got the point guard, they got the off guard, got a legitimate center. Their chances are much better now.
Okay, like you said, though, they need that shooter. Their chances are better now, but as things stand, they're not quite up there with the elite of the Western Conference, like the Thunder, the Nuggets, the T-Wolves.
Well, that's only because of age. The Thunder coming off a championship, they're going to be at high. They know what it takes to win a championship. They're going to be high. Denver, going to be making some noise. So, it's about, you get 8 spots to make a playoff. So they're going to have to be in between 1 through 8. And I expect them to have some type of home court advantage. You got 2 premier players. You got a big guy that can do certain things. Those 3 right there should be able to get you to 1 through 4. And if they don't have home court advantage going to playoffs, I'll be very disappointed.
Okay, full season of Luka. Now with the addition of DeAndre, you're expecting a 1 through 4 seed in Western Conference this time around.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you about another Western Conference team since we're in Texas. That's where you're opening this center. I'm going to segue into the Houston Rockets, the huge trade for Kevin Durant. They were the number 2 seed this past season. So how do they figure now with a closer?
Definitely got a closer, but they play with intensity. They play good defense. Should get them higher towards the top. I know they let go of Jalen Green. He carried them last year, but KD is a more consistent Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green was too up and down for them to go to the next level. But listen, KD's healthy. He's shooting the ball well. They can make some noise.
And that should give them a better chance of advancing deeper into the playoffs this time around.
Yes.
Mavericks, Cooper Flagg, since we're on the Texas subject. Thoughts on Cooper Flagg, how he's looking in the Summer League, and how he projects with the Mavericks that fit this season?
You take him in the Summer League. I saw highlights. He looked phenomenal. You must realize he's an 18-year-old kid, so can't put too much pressure on him. From my experience, you get 2 years before people really start saying it's time to win. So, but I think he's way above that 18-year-old curve. So, good thing about this organization, Mavericks, they're gonna treat him well. This fan base definitely gonna treat him well through the ups and downs because, we celebrate Dirk Nowitzki, but I remember Dirk when he first came in, he was not Dirk. He turned into Dirk, but the Dallas fans have always been great. So Cooper Flagg's playing for a great organization, great town, great fan base. He'll be absolutely fine.
Good analysis, Shaq. You did a podcast recently, your podcast. You had Mike Tyson as a guest in Vegas. Why don't you talk about that a little bit? And do you have any favorite Vegas memories?
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to tell you. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, buddy. You know that. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Asking me Vegas questions on this thing.
I love it, Shaq. Damn, dude, I love it, man. All right.
I've been living in Vegas 20 years, and for me, it's all about people. People have been very hospitable. I don't have no problems. I own a restaurant there. The Shaquille O'Neal Foundation is there, so it's fun. I just like being places that are fun.
Appreciate it, man. Like I said, appreciate the time you took out for me today, and we'll do this again sometime down the road, man. Good luck.
Yeah.